What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Jeremy and Wormy. Before we get into the actual review of the greatest comedy on earth, Robin Hood, excuse me, which, by the way, it's just abysmal. The show's just awful. But before we actually get into it, I want to say something. I watched Hypnotic bring on Director X. I have watched the Mr. H Reviews interview with Director X. And I think it is very apt for me to tell you that no, the dude's not smart. The dude, I fully believe, smells his own farts and thinks that he made something good here. Or at least decent. Something that is above criticism, and whenever you criticize it, you're not actually criticizing the product, you're criticizing him. Now, the guy comes out and, you know, he acts like he knows what he created. He acts like he knows the story of Robin Hood, but every single time somebody tells him something new about the story of Robin Hood, the actual story of Robin Hood, he says, oh, I didn't know that, but here's a bunch of small things that I added from the actual tale of Robin Hood. But these finite information details that more people would know from the tale of Robin Hood, like stealing from the rich to give to the poor, actually was stealing from the government to give to the poor. Simple as that, like something super simple when you actually look into the tale. But yet he'll put in names of characters, he'll put in other people's names, all this small little details, but not the overall point. So the dude doesn't know his own creation, doesn't know anything about actual Robin Hood, and every time you criticize his content, he thinks you're personally attacking him, when in reality you're not. You're attacking what he put out there. And him trying to say that you guys are criticizing a young kid's or a youth's bad Power Rangers show, you know, trying to downplay it by saying it's CW Power Rangers. Yeah, that doesn't help. That makes it look even worse because you know you put out something bad, and when we criticize it and say, hey, we think this is bad, you think that we're coming at you and that this is a whole lot better than it really is, when in reality it's not. But that's besides the point. Now let's get into the actual episode, shall we? Because this episode, my God, and this is supposed to be Director X's Power Rangers show. He failed. And on top of that, if this is supposed to be giving good messages to the black community and stuff like that, I gotta be honest with you, I've never seen a group of kids, group of youth within the projects go from stealing a car to outright drug running so fast. And also, he doesn't know how basic business works. But let's get into it. So we start up over at the private abode of John Prince, and he's having this lovely dinner party and everything. He's talking to these two wealthy business people, and it's very anti-capitalist right now, because I don't know who's who. All I know is this dude runs a drug company. He's part of Big Pharma. I have no idea what this guy does. But they're talking all the interworkings of fine business and how John Prince is this rich billionaire dude who should be funding all of our stuff. And it is very skeezy. Like, pharmacist dude ends up saying something like to guy next here. We'll go back to this little scene. Pharmacist dude here says to this dude, hey, you cause the high blood pressure. We bring it down. We work together on this. Basically showing that they inside dealings, inside workings, somewhat of how actual businesses work here in America. Just funny how on CNN, Fox News and everything, you know, they have all these commercials for, oh my God, look, is your back aching from sitting down and watching us too long? Well, here's this drug. Just a fine point on that. But they're asking John for money for all their stuff, yada, yada, yada. There's a new product coming out that from the drug guy, and he's like, you know, we would like your investment, you know, and John's like, oh, that's great. Then his son comes in, Little Prince, comes in, sits down, goes like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. I could eat a whole pig. And oh, look at that. And I guess there's a pig here, even though I never saw it. they're joking around, having a good time. John is now, getting annoyed with his son, stands up because his son's just sitting there at this nice dinner party, texting away, takes the phone out and says, "Come on, son. There's a piano up there. Why don't you go play us something, showing that all this education that I paid for you works?" And when I see that, okay, John Prince, he's a bad guy, but when it comes to his son, he seems abrasive, but he's a good dad. Like, legitimately, he's a decent father. His son's a screw-up, and every time I see an interaction between him and his son, they're trying to say, no, that this is a bad dad. No, he's disciplining his screw-up of a son who is a deadbeat, lives off his own daddy's wealth, and isn't doing anything with his life. So, yes, John's getting pissed. Is that so hard to understand? That makes perfect sense. So, Little John comes up. Well, not Little John. Little Prince goes over to the piano, or I don't know if it's a piano. I can't remember the harpsichord. It might also be, because it doesn't really sound like a piano. And starts playing a weird tune, like do 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 do. And John simply says, "Is that Mozart? Like, what's going on?" And then it turns out, no, it's the beat to the brand new Hood song. Yay! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then we cut over to the sheriff. Sheriff with the mayor. Sheriff, they're watching the video. Sheriff stops it, says, "Hey, listen, we're stopping this. This is propaganda. We're gonna take care of this." The mayor chews her ass out because, one, they lost a fleet of drones. Two, they shot an innocent woman. No, they shot a criminal. Okay. That should be behind bars, to be perfectly honest with you, but okay. On top of that, you have, let's see, all this stuff coming up, and she's saying, your department is causing more headaches for the city. Get your shit together. That's basically what she says, or else you're fired. And, I fully understand what's going on here, okay? Later on, we cut over back to after the whole opening, we cut back to John Prince's manor, where he and Sheriff Lady are having a nice little, I think, lunch. I don't know. Quite literally, do not know what time of day it is, but they're interacting. They're having a meal together, and she says, "Listen, John, we need to work together to help snuff out the hood and help get you, Sherwood and Forest." John says, "Well, I can't buy you more drones, okay? You lost the other ones. Why should I buy you more?" And she just basically says, "Hey, powerful people, really powerful people. Why don't you use these powerful individuals to snuff out all of Sherwood and Forest?" And when I'm sitting here, when I first hear this, and trust me, this episode gets very, very what the hell just happened. When I hear her say, "Hey, use your business dealings to help snuff everybody out," I simply sit here and think, oh, he knows some of the landlords from around there. He's gonna talk them into raising up rent prices, and because of that, people will lose their jobs, lose their homes, lose their ability to make money, and things will go good. They'll just snuff people out that way. We'll get into what they decided to do here in a little while, but also during this whole little back and forth between them, we get into some of the sheriff's background. And honestly, for the most part, her background is an admirable one until towards the end. It kind of feels like they try to make her sympathetic, and then she's a batshit crazy person. So she was born, well, because she ends up saying, like, she's seen the realities of Sherwood and Forest up close and personal. John says, "How?" And she goes like, "I was born nearby in a shitty part of town, okay? I was found in the dumpster. I was raised in an orphanage, and it was awful. They used to serve, the thing she remembers most from the orphanage was a meatloaf, because they served it 5 nights a week. Prison select. Prison, and like, it was prison food, essentially." She then retells a story of a fat chick. They say big bone, but let's be real. She was a fat chick that kept stealing the sheriff's meatloaf every time, and the sheriff was surviving off solely scraps and everything like that, and she barely survived. But then one day the fat chick started having seizures, fainting spells, getting sick, everything, and everybody thought, oh my god, this is God coming down here to save the sheriff lady. And on top of that, John goes like, oh, so you were a gutter trash that rose up. She goes like, oh, was that something that, disgusts you? And he's like, no, that doesn't. That's an admirable quality. You rose from the shit to become this thing. That's good. Then she finishes the story with the fat chick because she says, hey, snuff him out and everything. She's like, well, do you think God actually came in and helped you? And she's like, no, what I'm saying is you can't taste rat poison and gravy. What? That just took a 180. You get this admirable story of this girl from rags to being the sheriff of New Nottingham. You working her way up the system, having things keep her down, but yet at the same time rising above it. Then we find out she killed the girl. Oh my God! What the hell? So we keep moving on. They do that whole thing. Yeah. Use the power. We cut over to Tressie, Robyn's mom in bed, looking over the medicine that she has to intake every day. Looks sorrowful at the wheelchair that she's now bound to. Everybody's in the freaking kitchen. Sister's making a special tea for mom, and then... Sorry about that, audio issues. Listen, she's trying to help out. She's doing what she can. And she's stepping up like a good daughter would. And because of that, Tressie's like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to just go back to being, me and working my butt off. And she then starts chewing out Robyn, who's doing jack crap, let's be real. Even though she's part of the hood, she's going around being a criminal to help out everybody else. Tressie doesn't know that, so she's chewing her daughter out, going like, you're doing nothing for me. You know what? You can make yourself useful. Go to the pharmacy and get my meds. Doctors only sent me home with a week's worth of medicine. Okay. So that's what she does. She goes to the pharmacy, and I told you what the sheriff said. The sheriff said, hey, use your connections to powerful individuals within the area to try to snuff out Sherwood and Forrest and make them think that the hood is the bad guys, right? That's what I said. And again, when I first heard that, it's like, hey, we're gonna go to all the landlords, raise up the prices. That makes sense. No, what happened is much more weirder. Doesn't make any logical sense because this is not how this stuff happens or how this works. But, well, it does in a sense, but not fully. She comes over to the pharmacy, sees a bunch of people outside saying this is outrageous. Old dude here says, you need to see what they're doing. They're raising the prices on everything. And she's like, what? Pharmacist lady comes out and says, yes, the one, this is the other side, the one pharmaceutical company, a pharmaceutical company, big pharma, is cracking down on this tiny little area. What? So, I literally can't believe this. Thanasia, the pharmaceutical people, said this neighborhood right here, even though we are big pharma, we are going to raise the prices on this area right here across the board. Excuse me? How does that work? That makes no logical sense, especially when you take into account that this is in Canada, where Canada has socialized medicine, socialized healthcare. Their drugs cost way less than anything here in the States, and I'm not here to promote socialism or anything like that. I'm just here to help point out what's going on here, and there's reasons for that when it gets into government and everything like that. But you mean to tell me that a Canadian pharmaceutical company has the power to raise these prices up in this one little area? This area is something a Canadian pharmaceutical company has the power to do. I call bullcrap right now. That makes no logical sense. That is like mind-breaking shit right there. Like, what? How the hell does that work? I have no idea. And it keeps getting worse. This episode just goes like, okay, Power Rangers my ass. Even Power Rangers at least made sense. Power Rangers makes more sense than anything that happens in this entire show. So we move on. The pharmaceutical lady says, oh my god, you know, we can't help you. It's going to be in all the pharmacies in the area. All the pharmacies throughout the city is going to have this. And I stopped here real quick because I want to show you guys something. Right here is a Axe advertisement. It's been on this billboard, and you see them on billboards every so often. It's really interesting how a show which is funded by the Canadian government, mind you. Again, that also kind of goes to question why the hell are they shitting on Big Pharma when they have all that power? But anyways, show funded by the Canadian government always has this Axe ad in it, and it's in just really weird places. It's always this thing, and you can tell like it was put in post because it doesn't actually fit there, but that's besides the point. Moving on, get over to Redhead Girl's apartment. Robyn comes over, says, we gotta get online, something's happening. LJ comes in with his weird shirtless, gets made fun of, puts on a shirt. Then we have Fantasia, drug pharma guy, talking to the news about what his decision is and his reasoning for it, which again, I understand it, but you don't do what he did. But at the same time, I don't think you can do this in Canada. That's the biggest problem. He raised the prices because, and he names the hood. This is, I don't know if this is national television, if this is it's Castle Today. I don't know what that is. CEO vows to protect drivers, customers from outlaws. He's saying he's raising the prices because of the hood. Yeah, that kind of makes sense now that you think about it. I mean, these are a criminal organization which are attacking people. They are terrorists. And yeah, you got to protect your people. But the logic here just breaks my brain. So you raise prices 100%. I don't know if you can do that in that one little area. You have to raise them up something else. But okay. But so that's their plan to get everybody against the hood in Sherwood and Forest and rat them out. Raise the prices on everything, rat them out, so then the prices come down. That makes logical sense. I don't fully know. Like, I'm moving on. So then Robyn, Tressie, and all them, they come to a little meeting because all the people in Sherwood and Forest are angry. They're like, hey, our medicine needs to come down. We need to we need to get these people. We need to reveal who they are so we can, do our thing. And I'm like, yes, these people are criminals. Rat them out. Show them where they are. And Tressie's like, nope, we don't rat our own. And I'm like, what the fuck? Girl, they're criminals, and you think that they're criminals, but you're not going to rat them out? What the hell? None of this makes sense. Oh, on top of it, old dude here says his heart medicine used to cost $13. It's now like $130. So much more than it actually is. So much more than 100% too. Like, it is astronomical. Yeah. Rat these people out. They just raised your prices on everything to really weird areas. Rat them out. Screw them. So, okay, Tressie's like, oh no, we need to stop. We can't let them out. And then she starts having a fainting spell. LJ comes in to check on her. Goes like, what's going on? Get her back to the room. He gets her into bed and everything. And then they have this nice heart-to-heart where he basically says, listen, your mom's on blood thinners, pain medication, all this stuff, and she's refusing to take it, and that's what's causing her this problem. We need to work. We need to do this, okay? We need to help out everything and figure out a way to fix this, okay? Then we cut over to Fantasia. And I know it's a lot of cuts. It's weird. They have also a heart-to-heart, and it's weird. We cut to Fantasia, where John, old Prince and baby Prince are coming in to see some new products and, put stuff down to help out and talk about stuff. Pharmaceutical dude is getting a blood transfusion to help keep him thin and young and everything from Olympic runner lady chick, I don't know, baby Prince hits on her, ignores it, and I do like this scene because this also shows that John Prince is a good father. He's just a harsh father. He's trying to show his son business dealings, how to be a businessman, how to do this stuff. Even if it is shady, he is trying to show his son the right way to do things. They're there to talk business. Hot chick comes by. Baby Prince goes like, hey, you want to go get some OJ or something like that? And Prince goes like, son, stop it. We're not here for that. Okay? I get that John Prince made a joke about having any version in a blonde or anything, to try out the stuff, but it was a joke. He's outright hitting and he's like, son, stop. We're not here for that. Anyways, okay, so they talk business and everything, doing stuff like that. Then they come over here, and yet again, everything escalates to next levels. This is supposed to be Robin Hood, steal from the government to give to the people, and yet it's becoming more and more like socialism, steal from big businesses, even though some of the big businesses are bad, and Big Pharma ain't the best thing in the world, to give to the people. Yeah, it turns out Thanasia is testing a new depression drug. And they call these all roaches and everything like that. But all the people are freaking out and everything. It's so disturbing. And Prince goes like, put me down for 1 million shares or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck? This thing just keeps escalating. So after their little business dealings done, John Prince and Little Prince come out. You end up seeing Robyn here delivering a package, and she realizes, oh my god, John's behind everything. That's the big thing. So we then cut to their headquarters, which is the garage. Robyn and little LJ are talking about feelings and shit like that, and I'm just gonna move on from there because it's boring. Everybody comes in. They got the blueprints from Thanasia because fat dude, robotic fat dude decided to steal blueprints from online, everything like that. And they're over here, and it's like, hey, is this gonna work? They ask about they make jokes about burning down the building. Robyn says, hey, day's still young. They're planning out everything, and they go like, listen, one of our big problems is gonna be we need to figure out what drugs are what so that we can help everybody out. Little John says, yeah, that's a good point. We don't want everybody to be getting Viagra. No, Soy Boy 1 says we don't want everybody to be getting Viagra. And I'm pointing this out for a reason. You get Little John saying, well, I'm pretty sure some people wouldn't mind getting Viagra. A dumb joke. It's a bad joke, but it's a dumb joke. It's a joke about boners and everything like that. Chick here, goes like, ew, gross. But I'm pointing this out for a reason, because as their discussion goes on, and I'm trying to get into it, they're talking about hacking into the facility. The Thanasia is off-site, off the grid, so they can't hack in, so they're gonna have to go inside and make a patch. And dude says, listen, we'll make our thing, and then we'll get in through the back door. They all start laughing at that, except big guy who says, you're kids. That's the dumber joke. They have a boner joke and they have an anal joke, but the thing is, the anal joke one is even worse. Like, the boner joke actually kind of makes sense, hey, we don't want to give everybody Viagra. You know what? Some people might not have a problem with that. That's actually kind of a little funny. Still stupid, but funny. But laughing at, just saying, hey, I'll come through the back door when talking about hacking, and then turning that into an anal joke. Yeah, you're children. What the hell? What? Oh my god, this show. Anyways, they make their plan and everything. Then we cut to the sheriff weighing out her food because she's good on things, and minority dude comes in. Minority cop, who's apparently red cap, comes in and begins talking with sheriff. Says stuff. Oh, by the way, here's the Axe ad again. The exact same Axe ad. Anyways, they start having a back and forth. I don't remember what, but sheriff starts demeaning him, belittling him, saying, "Hey, I'm the reason you're back on parole. You're mine. I own you," and everything like that. And she knows that he wants to be led around by a leash, because guess what? She is his dominatrix. She ends up letting him go because he tries to kiss her. And she says, "Get down," as he goes down. What the fuck? This is episode 4. We're halfway through the show. And now we're establishing not only is Sheriff Lady a murderous, psychotic individual, she's a dominatrix. What the hell? Like, can't we have, even though she's a bad guy, literally, can't we just at least show some? There is no redeeming quality about her. No, if they try to say that she's misunderstood and everything throughout this, no, there's no redeeming quality of this individual. She is pure evil. John Prince, there's actually redeeming qualities on. He's just a dumbass. She's evil. She's heartless. And she's getting her rocks off at work. Anyways, okay. Cut back over to the pharmacy lady. She's pointing out that Fantasia has raised their prices 1,000%. I shit you not. They raised it 1,000% now, from 100% up to 1,000. They're really just trying to price everybody out, which still doesn't make any logical sense. Soy Boy comes by to, talk about it and says, "Hey, we're gonna start working on like a communal fund to try to save up all the money to buy everybody their drugs." And the pharmacy's lady like, "It'll never work. You'll never raise up that much money." He says, "Come on, just tell me how much money I actually need to do all this." And what drugs, so we can actually like plan it out. This is how they're getting like what drugs they actually need to, pick up and everything. So we end up cutting over to, I don't really remember what happened here and I'm bored. Anyways, we cut over here. Redhead, bushy hair one is making Caramel one. That's what we'll call her. Caramel one's making the way to get in with the, the hard drive settings and everything like that. That way. Fat one comes by to start trying to look at, hey, what's going on here and everything like that. How are you sure you're good at this? And bushy hair one's like, Caramel one's like, "No, I got this, okay? Quit thinking that I don't." And fat one ends up saying, "Listen, okay, truth is, I looked up your past. I saw in school you weren't a straight A student, so I'm just checking." And then Caramel one goes like, "Listen, going through school, I was really good at shop and middle class, but they only wanted us to work on hinges. But one day I decided, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing." And I started building an amp, like an amplifier and everything like that, I think it was, or a boombox or a speaker, whatever. She started building something. Teacher got angry, called the cops and said that she's building a bomb. What the fuck? And when she explained everything, she still got fired. That's why she has bad grades. And fat dude's like, "I should have intruded on and everything." Moving on. Anyway, she ends up building it, and he says, "I'm sorry for looking into your life." They end up also showing that they're going to need breathing apparatuses for some reason that is weird. And now they're going to go steal a truck to get into Fantasia. Again, they're stealing a truck because now the job's on. Broad daylight, running around in their garbs, they get into the back of a Fantasia truck after... This doesn't make sense. They get into they sneak in and hide in the back of a Fantasia truck that just unloaded some of its products. The guy who unloads it didn't go into the truck to make sure that he got all the products, or they didn't have to put anything back in the truck to see it. He also didn't realize that there was moving stuff when he was driving away, because remember that we go from here, random spot, they sneak in the back, trying to they sneak in here. Where does this go? Are you telling me, because when we see where they are, you're telling me the dude didn't see this at all? Because you kind of have to get this, pull this down, and it looks like you pull this back out to shove it back under. You mean he never saw when he's heading back where they're hiding, which is literally, here's where he is. The driver's literally behind them. I get that they're being quiet, but he never heard like maybe movement or anything like that. Didn't feel that at all. Like that's how driving works. But I guess not. Then, okay, you see, smart girl here has this. Shit, this is what happens. I don't know why. I don't even think this is how it works. She has this thing. When the guy comes by, presses his key fob, she presses a button and says, "We copied the fob." You mean to tell me, because this does not look like a modern vehicle, okay? This looks like a Ford. This is a Ford of some sort. 2000, probably 3, maybe 2004, but at best about 2010. Let's be nice here. This could be a 2010 vehicle. Ford truck. How are you starting this vehicle with just the fob? You need the keys. And I'm getting very technical here because I actually know this. Like, this is not a new vehicle. This is an old vehicle. 2010, 2012, maybe even 2013 at best. That's the newest it could possibly be. And I highly doubt that. You mean to tell me that with a fob, you are able to drive this thing? Bull crap. That's why a lot of delivery vehicles and stuff don't use fobs. They use keys. They use, yeah, this is stupid. So they break in, they get in, and also, like, they literally hid right here the entire time. Here is where the dude was. They're right here. You mean to tell me all 4 of them snuck back there and the dude didn't see them once? Didn't look for them once? Bullcrap. This is an awful plan. This dude had to be retarded not to see this. This thing isn't even strapped down. So yes, he would have heard movement and all sorts of crap. You mean to tell me he didn't hear one little thing? Bull crap. Literal bull crap. So now they sneak out. They get into the warehouse. They go like, hey, we're going to start working on our plan to get through everything. They end up knocking over boxes to try to get through some of the security guards. Remember, they're now breaking into an actual business. I get it. It's big pharma. They're breaking into an actual active business thing. This has gone well over just private citizens. You're now terrorizing a private company. You have gone to next level. So they're breaking in. Broad daylight, mind you. They get through. Weird fat robot dude. This is not on at the time. Just doing this weird meditation thing. And then randomly presses the thing and says, "You're in." How do you know that she's in? What? I don't know. But okay, this is on Director X for letting this film and thinking that, not realizing how stupid this is. You have a camera literally right here, acknowledging everybody, hey, there's somebody here that shouldn't be here. Like, if this is a big building with tons of security, that camera right there would alert everybody immediately, hey, there's somebody here that shouldn't be here. You mean to tell me they don't have this? But okay. Fat dude says she needs to follow the blue cord all the way to the access point. She starts following it, trying to get to somewhere. And then at the end of the hallway, behind a glass door, is a security guard that watches her, sees her right away. And as this is the stupidest thing. Obviously, the security guard sees you. And trying to say, like, hide and everything, even though you're in the middle of an open hallway, she literally starts doing this. I'm going to demonstrate. Okay, she's, slowly walking backwards, moves from one side, moves from the other side. And then the dude just comes out and says, hey, intruder. How are you ever? He's looking right at you. You thought you were going to escape that? What the? It's stupid. This is okay, you know what? No, I'm going straight to Director X right now. If he ever sees this shit. Listen, Director X, this is the problem with your show. We're not even talking about you. We're talking about your show. Your show is garbage. Nothing makes logical sense. At least in Power Rangers, yes, you knew some of the stuff in Power Rangers didn't make sense, but at least it made sense for said world, for the world where you got weird aliens and stuff like that going on. You can't say that here. You literally can't. This is based in reality. This is based in the real world. We don't have superpowers here. This is stupid. These are real human beings. And I'm supposed to believe this garbage. No. Shut up. No. So, okay, she ends up running away. She ends up finding out that, hey, she's getting chased. She runs into a random corner that I guess is a locker room, where she sees ladies and all these people here, and she's talking about, hey, you know, get in there and get into your outfits and stuff. Robyn runs into locker 1. She says, get in there and get changed. So that's what they do. They get into their lockers and get changed. We cut over to the sheriff's office, police building, whatever the hell it is, and dude walks randomly into a room where he sees sheriff and minority dude red cap getting clothes on. Yeah, they just had the nasties in her office and they didn't even think to lock the door. Okay. Anyways, dude comes in and basically says, hey, you know, Thanasia has alerted everybody. They need help. They need our help. Okay. So they get dressed and go there. Robyn comes out. Everybody comes out because we're now back at Thanasia with ladies. And she's like, hey, we're going to put these on your arm and we're take you to the test site and get everything figured out. Guard that was chasing after her comes in, goes like, hey, have you seen a random girl here? He gets chewed out. Pink-haired one says, hey, perv, you're not supposed to be in here. I didn't, wait. And going through this episode, I've watched this episode twice. I've been watching all these episodes twice. All I know is Robyn ran around a corner. Then we have lockers. I never saw like a sign saying, hey, women's locker room, men's locker room, or anything like that. So even if he's running through here, even though lady here says you're not supposed to be in here, pink-haired chick says, hey, you're not supposed to be in here. How am I supposed to know he's not supposed to be in there? I'm just supposed to take your word on it. Okay. Anyways, Robyn's, you know, they're like trying to act all innocuous, you know, I'm here, you know. Then lady straps bandage on her to start sending drugs into her. And she, you know, random thing gets put on. She asks pink lady, hey, what is that? And she's like, hey, it's a drug we signed up to test, you know. Oh, poo. And trust me, we get even crazier now, because that drug that we saw them testing out earlier, yeah, that's the drug Robyn's now on. And you know, Robyn gets away, yada yada yada. She starts tripping balls, hearing all sorts of stuff, hearing fat guy say follow the blue card, and just going insane. We have a whole crazy trip going on. And then as we are having this crazy trip go on, we cut over to Carmel and Soy Boy. They're just, you know, randomly relaxing, waiting for everything. And it turns out Soy Boy has snacks, says that he has almonds. You know, they have weird back and forth, whatever. But they end up tucking down because they watch as the army of sheriffs show up to help out, which is the correct move. Legitimately, you just had a break-in to a private business. Yes, all the people show up to take care of this. So, yeah, they're scared now. Oh, my God. Robyn continues to trip balls. She calls fat dude, says, hey, where do I put this? And she struggles to get the, you know, the device put in to help them get him access. And now he has access and everything like that. Okay, so now he has access. They're getting everything situated. Sheriff shows up, says, hey, I'm taking over. I got complete control. Pulls out the gun with minority dude, and they're ready to fight. We end up having Robyn come out, who's like, because she's higher than a kite, tripping balls. She says, do you see these stars? They taste amazing. Literal words out of her mouth, mind you. She ends up coming down. LJ's like trying to help her out. Sheriff is there. Fat dude activates some weird, I guess, fire prevention system that snuffs out all the oxygen, whatever. Robyn gets hit in the face with it and then goes into this weird dream sequence, which is like a nightmare fuel, where she has her mom, I guess, making stew or something, because she's like, hey, you're not ready, as she's randomly cutting extremely bloody meat. And I'm trying to show, like, you can see it. She's cutting meat that's just next level bloody. And it's some weird nightmare sequence. Robyn says she's doing this, this is good. Things are getting just going to shit. These two are saying, hey, we need to get Robyn and LJ out. Sheriff ends up getting talked to by a security guy saying, hey, you need to get an oxygen mask on because this stuff, it'll just sap out the oxygen. So she takes his, She just rips his off because he's gonna go. She and Minority Dude are gonna go hunt down the Hood. Ends up walking around corners saying, "Hey, we're gonna find you." Robyn's now breaking down, unable to move. Little John says, "Hey, we gotta go. Hey, how good are you at holding your breath?" Because they end up removing their masks, hiding it. Sheriff and Minority Dude turn a corner, start shooting, but just then, like, they start shooting and they realize, no, they were just shooting at boxes. Here, they took off their masks. Everybody gets into the truck, gets away, yay, woohoo, and they're celebrating, and Robyn and Little John kiss. Oh, look at that wonderful moment, yay. Anyways, now we're coming to the end of the episode, and my God, is this insane? This is next level. So they're now drug runners. The Hood is now drug runners. They outright robbed a private company. They robbed, I get it, it's big pharma, but they robbed a business. They did not rob the government. They did not rob anything like that. They robbed a business. They are now drug runners they are criminals, overt criminals that must be taken care of. But we come to pharmacist lady. She's getting to the pharmacy early in the morning, turns a corner and just, oh my God, look, all the drugs we need, courtesy of the Hood. Yeah, why did nobody else see this until now? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Everything's good. Pharmacy lady, I guess, leaves the pharmacy and begins passing out all the drugs that were randomly given to her, courtesy of the Hood. Yay, the Hood saves the day and is now nothing more than drug runners. The Hood are criminals. The Hood are terrorizing private businesses and are now assisting in the drug cartel. That is what this boils down to. They are not good people. They are outright criminals. Anyways, things move on. We end up having Robyn shows up. Mom chews her out because she's been going around with her friends, not helping out around the house. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Moving on, Robyn ends up getting a phone call from Fat Dude, and Fat Dude says, listen, you know what? While in the fantasy system, I ended up finding some incriminating evidence that I think that might be good in the hands of the public and everything like that. And Robyn goes like, I don't know, that's a big decision that we should think about making. And he goes like, and he says, oh, we did think. And he distributed it already. He tells her to look at the news, and Fantasia is on the internet basically because all of his information's out there. Criminal activity, not regulations, human testings, all this stuff. And his company's basically over. Yeah, they ended up destroying this company. I get it. The company was doing bad things. They established like, hey, this is not a good company. The thing is, that's not their job to do. That's the government's job. You just criminals, stopping criminals does not make good. This is bad. Bad. You just destroyed a company because bad reasons. Anyways, okay, so company's dead. John starts shouting him down because he actually cost John a whole lot of money. And yeah, John wants nothing to do with him. Basically cuts him out and says he's gonna have to figure something else out with the sheriff. And they have plans. That's where the episode ends. My God, my literal Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Director X, what did you create? You keep saying that this is Power Rangers, guys. It's Power Rangers. Laugh at it. It's Power Rangers. It's not Power Rangers. It's retarded. That's what the show is. It's downright retarded. There's no saving grace about this show. It's a comedy. That's all you can constantly say. The only excuse you have at this point is it's a comedy, and you really need to accept the fact that it's just bad. That's what you need to do from now on, Director X. If you want things to start calming down, quit fighting it, quit taking everything personal, and realize you made a garbage show that you should just go around and say is a comedy. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching, and my Lord, leave a like, comment, share out with your friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.